Let's talk a little while about parent-subsidiary relationships. This is something we might see that comes up in businesses is the connection between a parent and subsidiary. And this is something that viewers are asking about, and specifically, and we're going to spend some time on it with respect to privacy, public information out there. We've mentioned in prior shows here on the channel that different states have different requirements, different protections for privacy, mainly what you have to say about your company. And now there's a new federal overlay coming in here, which may change some of this landscape too. That's still on the way, hasn't been finalized, and we'll still be looking at that as it comes in. But right now, basically, states are the ones that put out the information about companies. And in order to have a corporation or LLC, you need to file with the state what is a public document. Those documents look drastically different in different states. The extreme is a Delaware LLC. I was just looking at some Delaware LLC certificate of formations for a client. And basically all you need to put in a Delaware LLC certificate of formation is the name of the company, what the actual legal name is going to be, and then the name of the registered office and registered agent, and then it's signed by an authorized person. I mean, we're literally talking half a page here, depending on how you format it, of information, and very little that connects you to persons, because that registered office, registered agent is often a third-party service that's hired, so that could be an address that's used by hundreds or thousands of other companies. The name of the company is the name of the company, obviously. That name could be privatized. You could pick a name that's in no way connected to the owner. And then it's signed by an authorized person who could be anybody. Could be a friend, could be an employee. Anybody that this person who's forming the company has authorized to sign on behalf of the company could be their attorney. So, and then you're going to get the attorney-client privilege kick in. So a lot of privacy in a state like Delaware or Wyoming. And then other states want a little more information. Who's the manager? Maybe even the owners. And so some people are saying, well, if we want privacy, how do we break this trap? And that's where some legal planning comes in. You have to figure out where you're operating business. Generally, wherever a business is operating, they're going to have to file in that state, be existing in that state in one way, or in one shape or one form. And it's either directly, you file in that state, or you have to do what they call foreign qualification, which is, let's say you're a Delaware LLC, you're going to do business in Texas. This is a very common scenario. You would take your Delaware LLC, and then you would file a Texas foreign qualification, which says, hey, I'm a Delaware LLC, I'm a Delaware corporation, but now I'm doing business in Texas. And you'll see a similar regime throughout the U.S. Well, that foreign qualification may trigger certain information filings. This is where, if you really want the privacy protection that many people desire with these parent-subsidiary relationships, this is where you have to do some planning, and you need to work with your lawyer and look at the interplay of the states, which you'll see here. So let's say you do need to do business in Texas. There's an economic driver to go to Texas or Florida or other states where you don't get as much privacy protection as what you get in Delaware. What can you do through combinations of entities, trusts, and other structures so that the names of the ultimate owners don't get reported? And that's what you really need to look at. First is, how much layers of protection do you want? Do you want just to make it hard for somebody to trace back to the owners? Or do you want to try to make it virtually impossible, right? Obviously, different levels of protection there. The more layers of protection you get, the more perhaps cumbersome the structuring is going to be, and perhaps the more expensive it's going to be. But you can work through the legalities of the different state statutes and different requirements and hopefully work back to a place that you're comfortable with. So what you would do in, say, this situation where you wanted to operate in Texas but still have privacy, what you would do perhaps is set up a Delaware LLC to foreign qualify in Texas. But then you would also look at the names of anybody who has to be on that Texas foreign qualification, and you would try to anonymize those people and entities as well through various planning strategies, right? Obviously, you have to follow the state statutes. Lawyers are in the business of helping people comply with the law, and so we're going to work to comply with the law. You know, a good lawyer is not going to advise you in a way to break the law. They're going to work with you to follow the law in a way that perhaps meets your business objectives. So this is a planning thing. The privacy can be worked through, but you need to kind of do some planning and structuring sometimes early on. Maybe if you're already existing, you have to do some replanning when you trigger a new state filing. Let's say you expand business into a new state that doesn't have the privacy protections of the state you've been operating in. Now you've got to work through that as well. But this is definitely something to be worked through as part of having a good legal team. This question came from a viewer comment, so I want to say thank you for that. We do appreciate you viewing and commenting. That helps us a lot to know what people are thinking about, what questions are coming. Not only do we get the YouTube view numbers on videos, but we get the questions, which really help us tune future content into our viewers if there's specific issues you're looking at. We obviously can't do direct legal advice over a YouTube video, but we can tune the content in and at least answer general questions. Like this should prompt you to be able to go talk to an attorney that's licensed in your jurisdiction that can help you develop this. So thanks for tuning in, folks. If you have more questions and comments that are of a general nature, go ahead and drop below. I remind you, comments on public forums like this are not confidential, so other people may see your questions. But go ahead and drop them if they are of the nature where other people can see them. I hope you subscribe to the channel so we can have more conversations together soon. Thanks for tuning in.